By the end of July, the National Security Act was implemented. 2 months later, in September, the CIA was founded, and more of these craft were found.
And I was attached to the Commander-in-Chief of the United States Pacific Fleet as a member of his intelligence briefing team at his headquarters in Makalapa, Hawaii. The documents in Grudge 13 were the history of downed craft, alien craft that had crashed because the powerful radar that we were experimenting with after World War II somehow interfered with their guidance systems and caused them to crash. Quite a few alien craft crashed, and we were able to recover wreckage and, in some cases, whole craft that appeared not to be damaged.
The Pentagon and the CIA were faced with a dilemma. They did not control the nation's skies. Was there an imminent threat of an alien invasion? Do we have time to back engineer their technology? More money than ever before was mobilized to address this threat.
And during a dinner party with a very, very close friend, the dinner party was somewhere in the mid-1950s. I assume it was between 1955 and 1957. A RAND employee was invited during that party, after several drinks, that the government was spending more money on anti-gravity than any other project in the history of this country. And therefore, he believed at that time that we had actually operational anti-gravity systems.
Parity was the plan. It took billions of dollars to figure out how these craft were powered. And here's the first secret kept from you. We figured it out. I can only tell you so much, but enough not to violate the National Security Act. I can't show you the classified details of the manufacturing processes. That would get me suicided. But unclassified materials, well, that's fair game. We first found that the propulsion system operated with an unusual and unidentifiable material that reacted to light, causing a lifting effect and a gravity field. A U.S. scientist identified the material containing an element of very high nuclei mass. A team of U.S. and Russian scientists then created element 117 in the lab, but element 117 has a half-life of about 30,000th of a second in its pure form. But it's all in the details. It's not element 117 that power these craft. It's element 118. Like mercury is a liquid and gold is a solid next to each other on the periodic table, 118 is stable. It was created, then promoted that it could not be created in the literature for this reason. It cost $1 trillion to figure this out. The study of superconductivity was created based on the propulsion system of these recovered craft. Pure element 118, alloyed in an oxide, is stable and can be excited into a superconducting state. This material reacts to light. Blasting pulses of high-energy photons, X-rays, into the superconductor create certain high-frequency hot vibrations, phonons, within the superconductor that absorb energy and increase in intensity. Upon lattice excitation, interbilayer superconducting coherence is transiently enhanced at the expense of intrabilayer coupling, creating a region that can tap the electric vacuum energy 0 point. The excitation creates the transient state zone, and photons entering the transient state zone break into electrons and positrons that further break down into the component kinetic energy particles of their construction and accelerate into and out of the electric vacuum orders of magnitude beyond the speed of light. The excitation of a superconductor creates a self-generating toroidal over-unity field that can attenuate magnetic and gravitic fields. This power generator system can accelerate and decelerate a craft along magnetic and electric lines of flux like the electrons in a geomagnetic field. It's similar to the spinning levitating magnets we've all seen, just bigger, like 30 meters in diameter. This image was given to me during my tenure at Space Station in 1992. It was taken by the district prosecutor of Puebla, Mexico on his way to American University and developed at the police crime lab in Puebla. I can verify the authenticity. This is the third generation after Roswell.